Hello, all you crazy cats and kittens on there in pod personal land. Welcome back to another episode of For the Love of Movies. I'm your host, Sean Faw, and today we're going to be taking a look at Dream Horse. Yeah, Dream Horse. So this is an adorably delightful tale about a woman, a dream, and, well, a horse. It's based on a true story, and one can never really be sure how true any one of them actually ever are, but I can't really say that I cared in this instance. It was funny and fun and engaging and really just the kind of hopeful escapism that is really needed right now.
I need something to look forward to when I get up in the morning. I'm going to breed a racehorse.
Absolute madness. It's normally wealthy professionals who go in for this kind of thing.
There's ways of doing these things, isn't there?
Now, the story is pretty straightforward and likely glosses over a lot of things that would be much more ham-fistedly exploited or tonally overpowering in most other movies. It skips right over the ubiquitous training montage and the Slugworth-type villains just jammed in there in favor of smaller moments that are more universally identifiable, like trying to get flyer margins to print right or still needing approval from your parents as a middle-aged adult.
20 people in the village put in $10 a week for 2 years.
When the horse is born, everyone will be owners. We'll all have an equal share.
Ah! If you lot are good enough to own a bloody racehorse, so am I.
It's a tenner every week, Kirby, you pillock.
Now, the acting was just lovely, with a screen full of unique and quirky, ugly people that you're really only allowed to cast in the UK for some reason. Every character was complete in their self, and even if we only get to see them in a somewhat glossy or two-dimensional way, they were enjoyable. And, nothing really matters anyway, but you really like these people, and there was a real sense of joy when good things happened for them.
We're going to the races.
Our horse is gonna race! So proud of you. Seems like anything was possible.
The horse from nowhere has captured the hearts of the nation.
Then the main two, husband and wife, were just great together. There was nothing really remarkable about them or their marriage, and I guess that is kind of the point. Seeing the tone of their relationship change and almost kind of match the current condition of Dream Horse at any given time was a nice arc for both of them as actors. And I have said it many times, but if you want good acting, find the ugly people. Pretty people can be stars, but only ugly people can be real actors.
Oh, God, he's gorgeous, isn't he?
He needs a name.
What about Dream Alliance? Is our dream, and we're all in it together, so Dream Alliance.
Dream Alliance!
Dream Alliance!
And unfortunately to me, the one standout here was Damian Lewis. And this is probably not going to apply to most of you, but as the show Billions is kind of a guilty pleasure of mine, I had a really hard time buying him with that accent for long stretches of the movie. I did finally settle into accepting him as a new person, but it was hard to stop thinking of him as Bobby Axelrod for most of the movie.
I'm telling you, boys, she was my horse, and she won.
I haven't seen him in here before. Owns a racehorse, does he?
Owned. Word is, he almost lost everything.
Things are a little tight cash-wise these days, so...
Best sirloin.
Cheers, Nettis.
Now, visually, this thing is quaint and nice and charming and well-constructed. And as a bit of a horse racing fan myself, there is a lot to nitpick, though. And really, on the other hand, though, given the recent history of horse-related productions, a lot can be forgiven. Now, also, the horse racing in the UK seems to be a lot different than I'm used to here in the States, with a bungee cord replacing the traditional starting gate and the addition of seemingly exceedingly dangerous jumps.
Remember, there's a less than 1% chance this horse will ever win a race.
He's facing the wrong way. If he keeps going in that direction, he'll end up back in the village.
But one thing that really bugged me was the fact that they kept using the same colors and numbers on our Dream Horse in every race. I really can't believe that's a thing. That just, wouldn't be possible in any racing structure. But I understand visually that it makes it easier for the audience to follow Dream Horse from race to race, and the red color of the jockey really made him kind of instantly stand out in the pack. But it is just kind of one of those minor details that breaks the really cohesive verisimilitude that they had created throughout most of the rest of the movie.
We lost our jobs, our community, even our pride. And then Dream came along and reminded us what life is like when you are old.
Now, unfortunately, though, the most distracting thing for me was the very rarely seeing the horses actually fully engaged in true race mode. They cut around it a bit with close-ups of horses' eyes and cutting to low-res stock footage on video monitors for extremely dangerous moments. And for normal filmgoers, it probably won't even be noticeable. If you do look into the production of things like Luck, the HBO horse racing show, there were a number of horses that died just mainly due to the grueling production schedule of a modern TV series, as well as there's been a large number of horses that have been dying during normal racing conditions recently, most notably pre-COVID, but it is still an issue. And so it's certainly a good thing that productions are mostly forced to stop throwing and tripping horses these days. But it really has even come down to not even being able to really get multiple takes with a racing horse in full action. They really have this switch that gets flipped, and they kind of give it everything that they have. And asking a horse to reset and do that again is basically going to amount to animal cruelty at this point. I mean, racing them to begin with might be cruelty, but that's really for another movie to tackle.
He's pretty rough around the edges.
Come on, lad.
Governor? He's definitely got something about him. Spirit. Character. Like his own.
But again, those are really minor nitpicks that most people don't give a shit about. Overall, this thing is competent and an enjoyable little story of hope. And even though there is this sing-along dance party thing at the end, even that is showcasing the actual people this movie was based on. So I'll even give it a pass for that. Normally, I frown upon those shenanigans. But this was fun and funny, and that just goes a long way in my book. So, I'll say overall, I definitely think this is worth seeing for most of you. Check it out. This has been Dream Horse, and you have been watching For the Love of Movies, and I am Sean Faw, and thank you for joining us. And make sure you like and comment and subscribe and do all that stuff. Leave a comment, let me know what you want me to watch next, or, if you completely think I'm wrong, that's fun too. Check out all the other shows on the Fawcast Network, and I don't know, like, subscribe, comment. We said that. Whatever. Later. Bye.
Be brave. This is what you're born to do.